This part I want to categorize as build quality. I feel like the build quality is good. I get a lot of compliments from people saying, hey, bike looks good and all that good stuff. So makes you feel good as a rider, as a person who's trying to dress up their bike and kind of appeal to everyone else. So I feel like the build quality is great. Like I talked about earlier when I was specifically answering questions for CP, the bike, to me, it has no rust on these wheels. It maintains air pressure to me just as good as a tubed wheel. Before I was running those factory or stock spokes, and it would lose air just as well as this one does. So I don't feel like it loses air. A lot of people was like, I don't know if you want a tubeless. Listen, man, hey, the people are trying to invent or make new technology. Eventually you got to somewhat jump out there and try it, man. It is what it is. You can't just stay on the sideline not expecting things to change, but things change. And I definitely wanted a tubeless tire. I wanted to do something different. That's why I got these wheels. It's not that 100 spoke or the 50 spoke, man. I want something different. When I pull up, everybody's like, okay, he got something different, and that's exactly what I'm looking for. Different and looks good. So build quality is good. The chrome, and that's something I want to say too as well too. We got DNA wheels, and we have, what is it, Wheelwright, something like that. You know what I'm talking about, Wheelwright wheels. What I do notice, and I got this from Willie Shining, he said that the quality of the wheels doesn't necessarily have that same chrome effect as the US, and I truly do believe that. Like, for instance, like some of the things that I got from DNA, it wasn't necessarily the chrome finish that we see in the States. That's the best way I can explain it. It had a kind of dull effect to it, not that sheen, bright chrome feel to it. And you can tell that in the rotors, when I clean them up really good, the rotors aren't necessarily as the same chrome as the wheels. But like I say, this is the final product of my bike. Once it gets painted, some of this stuff will be powder coated, and you won't even know the difference. So it is what it is. But to me, when I pull up and people say, hey, your bike looks nice, to me, the bike looks nice. And that's what I'm expecting, people to say that. So I'm pretty sure, just like I say, the people that don't know your bike, they think it looks nice. But you know all the little things that you want to change with your bike, and to each is their own. So it is what it is. Also, as well, just like I said, these are tubeless. They do not have a tube in it. So if you want something where you don't have to pay for that tube every time for the wheel and then the tube, hey, go with these. They're tubeless. They hold pressure really well. I feel like they're no different from a tube tire. So I'm just trying to give you guys some ideas and somewhat of how the wheel has been holding up, and we'll go from there on to the next category. Here we go with cleaning. When I'm cleaning the wheels, I say anything that has a spoke on it is going to take you a little more time than normal, because to me it's more meticulous than anything else, and it is very difficult. I don't care what type of spokes you have. To me, these are a little easier. I put the bike up on the jack stand and I roll it around, and it's not as meticulous as the 100 spokes that originally come with the Classic. So that's a good thing. And I have made a video about, I'll post that up at the top, right up there, one of them corners, and I'll tell you probably the best wheel cleaner that I have for my particular bike, my application, and what I like about it. And that's Chemical Guys, that Diablo gel wheel cleaner. And this is the brush I primarily use. I'll come in maybe on the bottom and use like a toothbrush to get in these areas around the lugs and all that good stuff. But this is a concentrated blend. To me, Chemical Guys is expensive, especially here in this area. And I'd rather have this solution where you just put the water in and then mix them together, because to me, I get more sprays out of this than I do the other one. It seems like by the time you get a good 10 sprays out of it, your bottle is almost gone. So this is what I primarily use with this thing here. I got this from Chemical Guys. You can bend it and conform to any little situation you want to. The bad part about it is that tip. They need to come up with an idea how to keep that tip rubber, and that way it doesn't come off and it's tinging against your spokes. If you're familiar with Meguiar's and this stuff right here, to me this is top notch. But there's a difference between this one and the Diablo. If you leave the Meguiar's on there for quite a while, it's gonna have so many water stains on your chrome, it's not even funny. But to me, the Meguiar's, if you spray it on there and let it sit for maybe like 2 or 3 minutes, it'll get rid of just about all the grime that you have on your wheels without you even brushing them or applying any type of brush on it. Now, I can't say the same thing for the Chemical Guys. If you know the Chemical Guys product, they all smell good. They smell so good, but I wish they would somewhat do the same job as smelling good as they do as cleaning the products. To me, there's nothing that can touch this. You can't touch this Meguiar's. But the best part about this Chemical Guys, I can leave it on any surface and it will not cake up with that white film as the Meguiar's. And it leaves even if you don't wipe it, it leaves a sheen that is like so nice. I can't explain it to you guys, but that the Diablo leaves a sheen on it, and it looks just as if you've already wiped it. But that Meguiar's, if you leave it on there, it's gonna cake up with that white chalky look and mess up your wheels or whatever you put it on. So it does a good job is lifting the grime up and taking it off, but it doesn't do like that Diablo. That Diablo scent leaves a sheen, and it looks just like the chrome is popping with that Diablo. So if that's something that you want to do, you can, all that good stuff. But with that said, man, these are the characteristics of the 21, I believe. I try to give you a little idea without trying to reiterate some of the things that other people have said about having a 21-inch wheel. But like I said, man, at the end of the day, it's not necessarily what other people are saying about what it is that you want. It's about what you want at the end of the day with your own bike, your vehicle, and you do it the way you please, man. If you got any other questions, any concerns, just leave them down in the box. Eventually I'll get to them and we'll talk about it. So with that said, man, I'm signing off, and until next time, maybe one day you will see things differently. Talk to you later.